Well, rain is going to be the story for much of the country as two frontal boundaries kind of squeeze out the moisture across the country and even a little bit of a severe risk in the plains. So Texas getting more rain over the weekend in the central part of the state where they just do not need it. Some ongoing showers this morning. Luckily, most of this should fizzle out through the day today, but they will get some additional rainfall. But yeah, these are the weekend rainfall amounts in the several inches range over some of those areas that's got a half foot plus of rain last weekend. So it just continues to be a mess down there in Texas, but generally under an inch of rain, but there are going to be some pockets of locally higher amounts whenever we have these thunderstorms. But this is kind of one of two fronts that is going to be the focus for showers and thunderstorms over the next couple of days. We've got that boundary of the really humid air in the south and then a cool front coming out of Canada, both working to make some weather here across the central and eastern U.S. this week. So boundary number one, this is the one that's been affecting Texas kind of for the whole week. The really humid stuff south of that, high pressure that was across the plains over the weekend moving east, and then a more potent cool front coming out of Canada, cooler air and even drier air there. But in between, just kind of muggy. 60s dew points, but that's sufficient to produce showers and thunderstorms. But the really humid stuff is in the south and southeast right now. So these are kind of the two boundaries that are really creating widespread precipitation. You can see that band of clouds that extends from Texas along that front all the way into eastern Canada. And then this next round of moisture with that other cool front. And this is also the jet stream kind of sagging south again. It's going to cool things off and produce some weather for the northern plains and the upper Midwest. But side by side of precip and that frontal boundary coming out of Canada, and you can see that they line up. That's where the focus of moisture is going to be here for the next few days. And we've got excessive rainfall risk tomorrow in the upper Midwest as well, and today in parts of the east too. So those dew points will be dropping here as that second Canadian front comes through, kind of suppressing the moisture a little bit here. But generally, we are going to be seeing some pretty muggy air in the meantime for the upper Midwest. That will also push down the instability. Really, the Cape, that instability is proportionate to dew points and temperature, and as we cool things off, we'll just eventually stabilize things. But a lot of water content out ahead of it. This is precipitable water. When you condense out the water in the column of the atmosphere, it's quite high, 2 to 3 times the normal values for this time of year. So that's why we're looking at the potential for some heavy rain. Also some slow-moving upper-level winds in the upper Midwest. So ongoing slight risk of excessive rain in Texas, but a moderate one here, New Jersey and on the east coast here with that rain. And we'll continue to see pockets of excessive rainfall risk. Now tomorrow, it's going to be South Dakota into Minnesota as that front slowly moves south. But the east and the mid-Atlantic still dealing with some excessive rainfall potentially too. It's been a wet summer for much of the central and eastern part of the country. So marginal risk of severe weather today for the northern plains. But tomorrow we do get into a slight risk across South Dakota and Nebraska, and a marginal risk as that front continues south on Wednesday. Primary threats tomorrow look to be wind, some large hail, but mainly a wind threat. Just a very tiny tornado risk. Any storm that turns severe can produce a brief tornado, but really, looking at the wind gusts here, South Dakota into Nebraska, several severe wind gusts possible. Late tomorrow into tomorrow night, severe weather chances less though as you move north and east onto the Minnesota side of things. So the theme this week is just more continued rain for many areas.